Welcome to day 2 of my 13th Fright Before Halloween. We're going to keep working on this junk journal. Stay tuned. Okay, so I've got that glued on. I'm going to come back to this later. I'm going to keep building up here on my covers. So I have this, this was a piece of a file folder that was cut down. Actually, it ended up being about the perfect size. So I cut it in two, I folded it here to make me a hinge thingy. And I'm going to glue that so that it goes right here on the back side. And again, I stress I have no clue. No clue what I'm doing. I just had a vision of something I wanted. I've seen several junk journals where they were layered up on the front, and I thought, oh, I like that. I want to try that, but I've never done it before. And so I'm just adding on, and then of course all the elements that go into it. So this, I've got to hold down and really burnish this to get it to stick. I may end up having to come back in here with some kind of tape or something, I don't know, to hold this down. So I'm going to burnish that right there. Of course, we'll paint it or stain it. So that comes over like that, okay? And then this one is going to go on the inside here. Yes. So this is the inside cover. So I just folded it. I didn't score it with the scoreboard. I just folded the file folder, the manila file folder, and I'm putting glue. And I'm going to fold this hinge over the edge of the inside of the book and burnish it down. It's just adding another flap to my book, to the front cover of the book. So now I'm going to take my 1/2-inch punch and again punch that. Kind of make that round. Let's see if this other one needs it. Now I think I'm going to leave that one alone because it extends out. It's kind of got a space in there. See that right there? I'll leave that one alone. So this will come around and tie here in the front, kind of. So that's where I'm at right now. Now this gauzy stuff, I did take my vintage photo and kind of hit some of it to make it all smudgy and dirty looking like that. So that's what I've got so far. I need to decide on this to like stain it up or paint it up or what I'm going to do with this. Or add paper. One or the other. Something's going to happen to that. I found some more older authentic paper that I really love for this spooky looking, for a Halloween junk journal. So this I kind of cut down to fit. And it's not going to cover completely, and I'm okay with that because this part I'll probably add something else. So I'm going to glue this on the front right here. And I didn't rough up the edges because I think it'll probably a lot of it be covered up. So we'll just see. Because I'll be adding ink and paint to different things here. So I'm going to just kind of glue this right here. Not perfect. Get it on like that. This one's going to go on this side, and I did kind of round the corners, and it's going to stick over because it's a little wider. It's 6 inches, and this folder piece that I'm putting it on is not 6 inches wide. But that's okay. I don't care. It's going to stick over, and that's fine. I may have got the glue on a little too close to the edge. We'll see. So I'm going to just kind of stick it here. And, you know, the edges where it shows, that's where I'm going to be inking it and everything. So this, like I said, it does stick over. I've got the glue there, but I'm just going to wipe that off. So there's that right now. And then I had this piece that I had already made I think, in a video. It's just the orange dot. Tattered the edges and kind of used some of that paint with that gold shimmer to it. And I was going to curve it around here like this, I think. So it does come here on the back. So I'm trying to decide if I just want that painted or if I want that on there. I think I'm going to go ahead and put it on. So I'll put it on the edges. Right here, not where it curves, I don't think. Now then. Make sure it's not catching that. Line it up. There we go. On the back here. So I didn't put the glue actually in that curvature of that piece because I think it doesn't need to attach in there, but just on the front and the back like that. So that's what I have so far for this junk journal. And as you can see, nothing's perfect. I have edges that are a little longer and everything, but that's okay. I'm going to find some paper for the inside here. And then I've got some more elements that I want to do on the front, like a pocket and then a booklet that goes in it. So look how inky your hands get. That's pretty spooky. Okay, so let me pause and then I'll find the papers that I want to go on the inside here and we'll just keep building up. Okay, so I found this authentique with the music on the one side, jack-o'-lanterns on the other. So I'll cut it to kind of fit. It's going to have space where it needs to be painted or inked. So this one goes here, and then this one I rounded the corners, and it's going to go on this side. So let me put this on. Right there. And I scooted it over a little bit because I know I'll probably paint the edges there some. And then this one's going to go here. So just go to your old Halloween papers where you have maybe one sheet or so left, and they don't all have to match, just different papers that you have, and add those in. Oops, upside down. Let's make sure we do it right. Hey, there's that one. I don't know this envelope, if what I'm going to put on it. We're going to fix all that up and make it look different. So there is that for now. I'm going to figure out a pocket thing I want and a smaller little book that's going to go in that here on the front. And we'll start adding a lot of decorating and stuff too. So there. That looks spooky. That's my light above. Looks like a moon for Halloween. Ooh, spooky. Off camera here, I went ahead and glued this one in, this on the inside of the main journal. So use that paper. Now I'm ready to make a pocket. So I have this scrap here and just cut it the length and width that you want. I didn't jot that down to be able to tell you what that is, but then I folded it in half. I did a thumb notch print and I folded it on the sides, about 1/4 of an inch on each side. I didn't use a scoreboard again. So to make this like a library type card pocket, I'm going to, on the side opposite of the half that doesn't have the notch, I'm just going to angle cut there at the fold, and then I'm going to cut out the 1/4 inch space here at the top, and do that on both sides. And so this you're going to glue down onto that hinge that is folded over, and this is going to make you a pocket. Now, if it's not perfect, just when you fold it up, look at it. If you need to trim a little bit off, you can. Like I said, with junk journals, things aren't measured and made perfect. I just like to take my scissors and cut. I don't necessarily use my trimmer all the time. So now I'm going to put the glue on this hinge, and we're going to glue this together. So put glue on both of your little 1/4 inch hinges and bring that up. So there on the front, you see your thumb notch punch where you punched it out. I think I said print earlier, I meant punch. So you burnish that really well, and this will make a pocket. Now I'm going to glue this on this front flap, and I'm going to trim just a little bit more off that I still see there. And go ahead and ink the edges if you want of your pocket. Oops, got the wrong color here. So there we go. Get that inked, and then I'm going to angle cut the piece that's sticking up over the top here on the back side of it and ink that. Now to make it a pocket for my little booklet I'm going to make, I'm only going to glue it on the ends and the bottom, because the booklet's going to be put on there with a hidden paper clip. So I'm just looking at it to see where I need the glue. So on the bottom edge, and then on each end, scoot over, not the end that's sticking out, if there's any of it sticking out. So I'm going to wipe that off real quick. And go ahead and put it on the front flap here of this part of the journal. Got it all lined up where I want it, and burnish it down. So here we have a pocket here, and then I have a pocket up here. So just need to make sure it's glued down good so it doesn't come loose. Okay, so now I'm going to go through different things that I have and just lay them out. Like I have this eyeball. I don't know if I'll use it right there or somewhere else. I found this little ledger, and I stamped on it with that stamp, different stamps I have, and I've made it look old. So I'm going to be going through my stash and deciding what I want to layer up on this front cover, and then we'll be making a little book. So this here, I kind of inked it with my distress ink, and then I spritzed it with water, which makes it kind of crinkle up a little bit and fades out some of that ink, tatters the edges. I kind of crumple it up. Another thing I do is I take like a pokey tool or something and just tear a little hole in it and kind of pull it around to make it look like it's really worn and really old and like it's real. So I like things to look kind of used and vintagey. And of course, this will go somewhere either in the pocket or glued to the front or something like that. So I'm just going to keep working on different things here, spritzing things with water, aging things up, and then I'll come back and show you what all I've kind of pulled together for this project. Okay, so I took a break, had to go to Hobby Lobby and get some laces. I couldn't believe I didn't have any black lace in my stash, but then with junk journaling or my albums, I tend to go with the more neutral, the white, the ivories, and the aged looking, and no black. So these are the ones that I dyed in the brown that I had, and they're okay, and I probably will definitely use them. So this one looks really aged. But then I found at Hobby Lobby these laces like this in black, pretty, pretty, pretty. Had these cut off. They were kind of, this one was kind of expensive, and I didn't buy only a half a yard of those. This one I found a roll for $6.99 and I really like that. And this one was $2.99 with this black trim. So those are great. And then of course while I was there I saw these black tassels. There's four for $1.99. And then this, I don't know if I'll really use it, but I thought, wow, that's pretty. So this was like over in the wedding stuff, but that black feather and the jewels. So yeah, I may use that somewhere. We shall see. So I've got all this pulled together. We're going to wrap up this cover, I think. But as they say, with junk journaling, is it ever really done? Because when you see something that's perfect. So what I'm going to do, these, I'm going to show you how I'm going to assemble these in a bit. This is going to be a paper clip here and my little booklets. I'm going to set those aside for right now. And I'm going to put some lace trim on this cover and then start getting it all glued together. So to save time on the video, I may speed this up. We'll see. See if you can hear me talking and deciding. Yeah, what we're going to do with all this. So I hope I remember where I want all these guys. Because I do want to add lace in here. I just think it's really going to add to it. So find my lace and ribbon scissors here. So this is going to go kind of there and here. So I'm going to keep working on this and you can just watch along, okay? And I am using art glitter glue because it's my favorite. I do have the Fabri-Tac type glue. I have a love-hate relationship with it. This you have to just let it sit for a little bit, but it does work. And just kind of pat it off in the areas where it comes through. It dries clear, so, and it will hold. Okay, so I think I'm happy with how it's glued on. I'm going to have to go back and add more glue every now and then and press down where things are popping up if I don't want it popped up. That's the way it is when you're doing several layers. You've just got to keep, you know, pushing it back down until the glue sets. The butterfly there. And just kind of burnishing everything. Some of it's okay if it kind of curls or gets bent or something right there. I can add a little ink color to that. I'm always losing my inks. Just a little bit right there. Okay. So yeah, I know when you put your trims and your laces on, you don't see all of it, but that's part of the layering to give it that look that you want. So now I'm going to set this aside, let things keep drying here. Okay, and then let's make our little paper clip and booklet here. So to make a paper clip, this one I've cut a scrap of that music note, and it's about not quite 5, about 4 3/4 by 1 inch wide. That looks wider than 1 inch. Oh, it is 1.5 inches. 1.5 inches. It is 5 1/8. Learn to read my measurements here. And this I'm going to ink it some. So what you do is you fold it in half like this. just inking some of it on the edges. And this is what's called a hidden paper clip that you can make for junk journaling. So I have a large paper clip. I have this folded in half, this piece, and I'm just going to place my paper clip right there. Okay, so that leaves this inside part open for clipping. Now, of course, we need to hide that. So I have another piece of scrap, this orange, and it is 4.5 by 1 inch. And I'm going to ink it too. I love making these types of hidden paper clips. You can use it for a regular album or for junk journaling, whichever, wherever you need to put it. So ink that. Now then, this is going to actually glue completely over that paper clip. So I'll put glue on both halves, pretty good amount of glue. That. Got my paper clip where I want it. This fits over it. Put the fold at the top of the fold of the piece you just made. Center it if you want to make sure it's centered where it looks halfway decent. And then make sure it's straight as you can and press down. Wipe my glue off of me. So press it, press it, press it. So there it's hidden. And then add a decorative element, and I thought a butterfly would be pretty right there on the top. And this was something in my stash. So I'm going to put glue on the center of the butterfly. And we're just going to pop that down right there and let this dry. So this is our paper clip that is going to hold our booklet onto our cover. So now we're going to make this. I've got it paper clipped together to show you. I cut the pattern. I had this really pretty butterfly paper in my Halloween stash. I don't know why. So it is 7 inches by 3 3/4 tall, and I folded it in half, and I inked all the edges. Okay. Then I took some paper that I had, and I just folded it in halfways and tore it around the edges. So I have 1, 2, 3 of those. So when they're folded in half, that's going to give you 6 pages. So it's got it in there. I have it paper clipped so we can do our stitching. So let me grab my needle right quick. I don't have it here handy, so hang on a second. Okay, so I have a really big needle with a large eye that I like to use. And you can pick those up in a sewing department. So I'm going to use just this regular jute twine string, button string I call it, in the black. So I'm going to thread that through. So if you have a big enough eye on your needle, a big enough needle, you can use these bigger threads like this. Now that I'm going to, from the inside, I'm going to poke right in the middle on that crease all the way through and pull. Just like that. I never remember exactly how to do it. So I'm going to go down this side here, that side, so bring it up. That makes a big stitch there. I'm going to poke it back down through that center. That. Pull that. Then I'm going to bring it down about the same here on the fold, always on the fold. And then I'm just going to keep doing it until it's what I like, the way it looks. Okay, and then we got that one. And then I'm going to bring it up again, close to the center. So I can just tie it off right there. I'm going to cut this off, leave that over there in case I need it again. And I'm just going to tie it right here in the middle. Tie a good knot. Okay, so then you can tie a bow, or just like I'm just going to cut the thread short, kind of like that. So, if you want it on the inside, the outside, whatever you wanted. So there's that booklet like that. Got the little tattered edges sticking out. Some of my papers have ink stains on them. You know, you can do more staining if you want. Let me show you something here. I'm going to take my walnut stain. I'm going to spritz some here on the, like that. And I'm going to take the bottom of my bottle and pick up some of the ink and just kind of do a, like that, and do a stain, like, you know, little coffee stains, like that. Part of one here. Just kind of get some stains going here. And of course, wipe this off when you're done. You don't want it all inky all over it. And then I'm just going to pick up some ink and stuff, kind of like, oh, here I go with my hands again. Shouldn't have done that. So I'm going to rub this off on this paper and get some stain. That one's more than I wanted, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. I'm going to wipe this off. Okay, so this way you can get some color on your pages if you want, and just crinkle them up even and open them back up like that. And just, that stain's not so great. That's okay. Don't tear your paper. There's a little booklet. So now we need to decide if we want to put something on the front or not, or just leave it plain. I'm thinking some kind of wording, so let me see what I can find as far as words that could go on there. Okay, so I found this little mustache, says poison. I'm going to ink it some. The edges. And I know I already have poison on the big book, but I'm just going to put this one on the little one, and then I'm going to, I don't like that stain that I did. I'm going to find something to cover that up. So I'm going to put this right here on my book. Poison. Beautiful butterflies, and then we have the word poison. I think that's appropriate. So this right here, we have this address kind of card. So I'm just going to tear this in half. Tattered on here. I'm going to put some ink on it. And I'm just going to glue it right there over that. This is the great thing about junk journaling. If you do something you don't like, just slap something down over it like this. So there's our addresses. So we can keep keep track of people. Let me find my word stamp. Okay. Let me get my black. Quick. Let's do a little stamping on it maybe. So it kind of looks like it's been wrote in. And then I think I'll probably put something here on the front of this one too. Halloween days. Like that. I'll put that in there. I have all kinds of bits and pieces and things that can be added in to different places. And I need to get some more water. Yeah, I'm out of water, so that's okay. So we got that, we got that. Then we can add in more journaling and stuff. Like, where's my other stamp? Hang on, just another stamp here I really like. far as lettering goes. Black. So it never has to be perfect. I really can't read what it says. It's just like that. Just on some of them, randomly on some of them. So I'll add in some more stuff here in a bit. As I find things I want to stick in here. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to show you how I'm going to put that in there on my cover. So hang on a second. Cover here, where are you? Okay, so we have this pocket here. And we have our clip. So I'm going to open up my clip. I'm going to put the clip in the back of the pocket and just slide it down over like that. So that's going to hold that on the cover. And then this is going to come all the way around and tie. So for now, hold that down just like that. So that's my junk journal. Tie this in a knot maybe here. So that's the front cover of this junk journal. I like how it looks. Looks spooky, pretty and spooky at the same time. Of course, we're going to add some more stuff into it. So yeah, I think I like it. So we'll keep working on it. Probably work on the back next.
Join me again tomorrow for day 3 of this 13th Fright Before Halloween as we lead up to Halloween Day. Thanks. Bye-bye.